This is Scotty Alexander, and this is real life, real music. I'd say go home.
Where's my producer? Can we get away with that? Do we need a clean one?
Real life, real music radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
My friend.
Great to see you. All right. How you doing, Scotty?
I'm doing fantastic. How are all of you? Nice to see you. My friend, the poet, the promoter, the performer. Kyle, thank you for having me on, man.
I thought he was going to say promoter and pain in the ass. You were going with the P's, you know?
So we can cuss? Is that what you're saying?
Well, we'll leave that in the video podcast. But
Sarah's not going to like that.
Thank you. No, she would agree with that one. Thank you for being here tonight, for taking time out of your schedule to come down to Bryan, Texas. And I'm going to just go ahead and tell you to kick things off tonight. How many of you were at the inaugural Bryan, Texas Songwriter Festival? Okay, yeah, a few folks were there. Okay, I booked a ton of amazing talent, a lot of my friends to come play that very first year with us here in downtown Bryan. And I am not saying this because he's sitting next to me, but the most feedback that I received from a show during that festival was Scotty Alexander full band at the Palace Theater. So I decided there would be no better way to kick off our 2026 season than to have you here. And you've done this with me before at Do-Si-Do. You know I'm going to ask you all kinds of embarrassing personal questions. But before I start doing that, would you just pick a song that you want to kick us off with tonight?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And how many people were at the Bryan Songwriter Festival? Did anybody see our show there? Thank you both. It was phenomenal. I thought it was just such a well-organized festival, and it really was special. What we look for as artists, right, and Kyle just kind of alluded to this, we look for an opportunity to sit in the living room and tell people our stories if you're interested in them, and those are the people that are interested in music, and that's why you're here tonight. So it's a reciprocal relationship, and we thank you for that very much. Let's start with a song that I wrote some time ago. I've got some dear family up in the Panhandle. And, I mean, be honest, Amarillo takes a lot of crap. They really do. They're not, they're known for the one steakhouse and the gas station. But I always have a great time that I'm up there. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And my friend Dean and I were standing up there one day. We were dove hunting. And I said, some people call the plains as flat as a board, but I swear they're the front porch to heaven's door. And as a poet, when something like that gets to drop through, you go, oh, wait a minute, I got to make a note on the phone, and then you get started, and it becomes a song like this. Some say the Panhandle is flat as a board, but I swear the plains on the front porch to heaven's door when the road signs say, welcome to Texas. It's the only place a stranger feels like he's coming home, the way a sinner feels when all his sins are gone, where the fine folks sing, welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas, just three little words mean a whole lot more in your life. If it's a place you lay your head at night, then they're more than just the words on a border sign. Welcome to Texas. There's miles and miles of fence posts where the windmills stand tall. We don't leave nobody out. That's why we say y'all where the fine folks say. Bienvenido Adios, Tejas. It's the only Spanish I don't know. Welcome to Texas, just 3 little words mean a whole lot more in your life. If it's a place you lay your head at night, then they're more than just the words on a border sign. Yeah, welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas, just 3 little words mean a whole lot more in your life. If it's a place you lay your head at night, then they're more than just the words on a border sign. Yeah, where everybody says, welcome to Texas. That's it for me. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Oh, no. You're not getting out of here that easy. Okay, so let's just jump right to it. And I will tell you that the one thing, can Scotty Alexander write a great song? Yes, go listen to his catalog. He picks great songs that other writers write, but he writes great songs. Can Scotty Alexander sing? Well, you just heard Scotty Alexander can sing. Go listen to the rest of his catalog. The guy can sing, right? Here's the thing, and I've interviewed over the last 19, almost 20 years, I've interviewed over 400 singer-songwriters. And there are, okay, again, I'm not just saying this because he's sitting here. I would put Scotty Alexander in the top 15 performers that I have had, musicians and performers. And I've interviewed Lloyd Maines, Daryl Scott, John McEwen. I mean, we can go down the list of people that I've interviewed, and I would put Scotty in the top 15 musicians that I've interviewed. And it's rare that you find a talent where somebody can write a great song, sing it, but then also have the acumen that they have on their instrument. Oh, but wait, that's not his only instrument. What all do you play? Go ahead and tell the people what all instruments you play.
Well, there's sort of an argument about that. So what I mean by that is, as a child, I was very bored. It rained a lot where I was born. And so we had a basement that looked like a music store. And we had a radio like we all had a radio. And I would record songs off of the radio. And if there was a drum kit, a piano, a mandolin, a banjo, a guitar, a fiddle, it was all down there, and I tried to figure out how to make it sound like the record. And I passed on all formal training, much to the chagrin of where life took me sometimes, which I probably should have known more theory than I did. But musically, the ears have provided a good living just in knowing those instruments. My main that I play on stage now is guitar, fiddle, piano, but on the records that you may hear, there's other drummers or bass players that have certainly added their talents to them, but on a lot of this new stuff, I'm playing bass on them as well. One of them I'm playing drums on, and so that has been a good skill set. Because too, I'm cheap. I don't want to have to. I got to figure out how to do that on my own, and kind of a do-it-yourself guy, and that's it's served me well. It's been a lot of fun, and it's provided some good employment throughout the years too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. Since you were on the vein of Texas, I want to do something that we're going to call, just for the sake of tonight and for the podcast, we're going to call this the Coming Home Challenge. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Where are we going?
Now, I wrote a song called Coming Home that we used as the title track of my second record. And I'm going to play it knowing that you haven't heard it, okay? Oh. And these people are going to get to watch and see if you can fall in. But here's the thing.
Okay.
there's going to be 2 rides.
Okay. Rides are solos, FYI, solos.
And you're going to play each ride on a different instrument.
Outstanding. It's scary as hell.
Yeah.
I was told there would be no math, and all of a sudden there's math involved in this test.
Yeah, for sure.
What key you in, huh? Do I get that? Do I get the key, or do I have to figure that out?
I'll play it in the key of G. How's that?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's a good guitar and a good fiddle key, if I remember correctly. So,
I'd like to thank you for that right up front. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm happy to give you at least a little bit of information. So speaking of Texas, I wrote this song. We used to play a place in Dallas called Adair's Saloon back in the day. And I don't know if you've ever been, but, I would say the 2 things that Adair's is really known for is, drinking way too much and the jalapeno on top of the hamburgers that they make. And sometimes the second helps the first.
Both of those things sound like heartburn. I mean, wonderful, but
So I was on my way home one night from Adair Saloon, and this is a place where, like, you load in at 9.
Okay.
Your set starts at 11.
Ouch.
You load out at 2. And then when you can't afford a hotel room, because they don't pay that much except for the hamburger with the jalapeno on top, then you drive home like that night. And one thing about Texas that I've learned is true is that somewhere between Ennis and Madisonville is the Texas version of the Bermuda Triangle, especially at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And so, as the ever optimistic singer-songwriter, I hit like Centerville, and I start imagining that my wife is probably waiting up for me when I get home. And so I wrote this song, and it still hasn't happened yet. But I live in Wheelock, Texas, just 24 miles northeast of here. And we end at like 9:30 tonight, so there's always a chance.
There's always a chance.
This song's called Coming Home.
Okay.
When I go away, I think about you all the time, and just can't wait to see your smile. I'm headed that direction and spend all night confessing. Girl, I miss you more with every passing mile. And I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Gonna kick off my boots and be with you alone. Yeah, we're gonna stay up late, watch TV and play. I'll kiss you if you'll kiss me till dawn. Yeah, I'm coming home. It's been a long, hard ride, a lot harder than the last time. And the goodbyes, they're getting worse every day. But I can see the porch light, it's beaming through the dark night. Yeah, just a few more miles, and I'm gonna be okay. 'Cause I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm gonna kick off my boots and be with you alone. Yeah, we're gonna stay up late, watch TV and play. I'll kiss you if you'll kiss me till dawn. Yeah, I'm coming home. Hold on, we're gonna go to a bridge now. Yeah, I got a picture of you sitting on my dash, a big cup of coffee, a tank of gas. It won't be long, I'm coming home. Oh yeah, here it comes. Yeah, I'm coming home. Yeah, I'm coming home. Gonna kick out my boots and be with you alone. Yeah, we're gonna stay up late, watch TV and play. I'll kiss you if you'll kiss me till dawn. Yeah, I'm coming home. Just hold on, 'cause I'm coming home.
We just gave each other a
Scotty
turkey
Alexander right there.
I'll get it on the second pass. Thank you. We'll play that game. If I kiss you, you kiss me. That's pretty good.
I haven't had that much to drink, Scotty. The night is young. All right. No. Hey, Scotty Alexander, fiddle, guitar. If he had a banjo here, we'd make him play it.
I was supposed to bring the piano. I know. I didn't bring the piano.
That's all right. You're good. You're good.
That's my cheap way to get y'all to come to a show.
There you go. All right. So, Scotty, I'm going to ask you this. Let's go back to the songwriting thing. I mean, I think it's obvious as a performer, and we're going to talk more about where that comes from and some of the things that you've had. You know, I don't want to just say it because it's not luck. You know, luck is preparation meeting opportunity, and people don't play instruments the way you play them without preparation. And you've had some amazing opportunities, you know, in your career. But before we talk more about the musical side, I want to ask you about the songwriting side. And, man, I'm going to hit you with this one that I know is always a tough one for anybody that's written songs. But if people only got to hear one song, one, and you have to pick, you can't dodge this question, I won't let you. If people only got to hear one song, which one would you pick and why?
Man. You know, in this sort of a forum, especially with a live audience like this, you're supposed to have that knee-jerk reaction. That's part of your job. And unfortunately, I stalled there for a second because I have a song on the new record that's called Mountain, and it's about my hometown, and it's about coming home no matter where you're at in your life, and it's about what you see at the end of your life, and what that means to you. So that song means a lot to me. And the production's done. I'm right up against the vocal. I wrote it. And it's one of those things, if there's any songwriters besides Colin and myself in the room, you know, sometimes when you write a song, as it starts to come out, and maybe you view it this way too, I don't believe I have too much to do with it. I've just opened myself up to be the conduit at that point. And, you know, because if you think you're that smart to actually put something down, you know, you might be in trouble. I just view it that way. And so as the mountain started coming out of me, it was cathartic. It was very healing. It meant a lot to me, and it became the title song of the record. That being said, the song that encompasses most of my life is a tune that I wrote with an extremely talented gentleman by the name of Michael Boggs, who is just outside of Nashville. And he's a worship pastor there. and an artist, and a great CCM artist. And then my brother from another mother, who I played guitar with on the road off and on for years and lived with for a little bit and everything, was 90s country star Bryan White. And do y'all remember Bryan? God bless. My wife and I, she was pregnant with our first child. This is a long time ago. And he was opening up for Vince Gill, and we went and saw it. And Bryan White was up there, you know, singing Rebecca Lynn and Setting on Go and all these big hits. And years later, you know, we're having Thanksgiving together. You know, life just dealt us a wonderful card there. But the three songwriters in the room that day was Michael Boggs and Bryan White and myself. And this song came out that encompasses kind of the emotion of my life, especially where I'm at now in my journey. It's a song called I Already Know. Is this the point where I sing that song?
I can only alley-oop the ball to you, buddy.
Life has been a teacher, an enemy and a friend, and at times I've been a sinner and a saint. I've been known to lose my temper, my patience and my pride, but I've never lost my need to pray. Lord, I don't need some mountain moved for me or some miracle to behold. All I really need is just a little more faith to believe what I already know. Said you'd never leave me, you'd walk right by my side, but right now all I feel is alone. 'Cause I don't see your angel watching over me, but Jesus loves me, the Bible tells me so. Lord, I don't need some mountain moved for me or some miracle to behold. All I really need is just a little more faith to believe what I already know. I know there's much bigger problems than mine, but Lord, if you get the time, I don't need the water to part for me or to see the streets of gold. Just a little more faith to believe what I already know. Yeah, the secret to walking down life's road is to believe what I already know. So that one. Can we have a cheers to that?
Wow.
Will they let you cheers on radio for that?
Of course.
All right. to the fine people that came out to spend their time with us tonight and my brother. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers to you guys. Okay. We're going to see if he gets... I just sent a video to Bryan White to see if
Oh, did you?
Yeah. See if he's going to get back to us.
Hey, I got to tell you something really, really funny after that really, really deep song, right, that we just sang. So years ago when I first moved to Nashville, and I had a publishing deal in my studio on the row, and I was very blessed with some very good work as an editor, which is kind of too long of a story to say, but I was able to edit on a lot of records that we all know, and it was a big blessing to learn how to make records. And during that time, being a guitar player, we're always looking for secrets like golfers, right? We're always looking for like the secret swing tip, that we all want to know. Well, I'd seen this thing on Clint Black that he went and got his fingernails done. And I'm like, what's it? Because my wife's a manicurist. And I was like, what do you mean done? And Clint Black in this interview, he talked about getting acrylic tips. What? Who said Oh, yeah. No, I don't get my eyelashes done, but I do get my fingers done. And sure enough, that's a thing now. You get your acrylic tips, right?
Have you ever seen Ray Wiley Hubbard's fingers?
Oh, has he got like Edward Scissorhand looking thing?
Man,
yeah.
He's got it going on.
Oh, it's a real thing. So if you're a guitar player, you get these 3 or 4 acrylic fingers put on this hand, and boy, you can it's like having extra guitar picks and extra hands, right? So Bryan White does the same thing. I'm calling you out, B-Dub. Sorry, buddy. So about every 2 weeks, we're sitting in a nail salon with a bunch of women sitting around us looking at us out of one eye like this, and Bryan and I got our hand over there going, I'm a guitar player. You see, I'm a professional, and that's why I need my... Anyway, there you go. That's if you look down, you see these things shining. That's what that is. And B-Dub, you're called out. There you go.
And man, okay, one more call out on him. I mean, I think he cut one of my favorite country songs ever
Which
written.
one?
I'm Not Supposed to Love You Anymore.
Oh!
Sherry says she's jealous of this freedom that I found. If she was me, she'd be out on the town.
Oh.
But I couldn't sleep up on the bed, so I'm lying on the floor because I'm not supposed to love you anymore.
What?
Wow. Okay, play that one for us. No, I'm just kidding.
I wish I could. I will leave that one. Nobody cut that. And no, I don't think anybody should ever cut that record again. I mean, there's just certain George Strait songs, certain Bryan White songs. You know what I mean? Like that memory that you have of Whitney singing I Will Always Love You, just let it stop there. You know what I mean? Like that's your record. Just leave it there. Bryan gets that one forever.
Okay, well, listen, because you just said that, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask it.
Oh, no.
Do you think that Braxton Keith should have recut the chair? Unedited video podcast.
Braxton and I are not friends. I don't know him personally, right? Don't have his phone number. Haven't worked with him. And I will say this, and I don't mean this as a political answer. I mean this as an artist. Should he have went for it in light of the current sound coming out of Nashville? Maybe, right? It seems to be, everybody's, and I mean this lovingly, sort of. Everybody's in the recycle bin. You know what I mean? Everybody's in the recycle bin going, well, that was a hit. Let's do that thing. And that's fine. Every genre goes through that. Country music is not immune to what pop music has been doing for years from that standpoint. Was it something that, did it different than George? No, I don't think so. Is the record good or bad? That's everybody's individual perspective. But maybe it boils down to the Johnny Cash thing when he got caught with the drugs in his guitar. Any press is good press. Maybe it just boils down to that. Any press is good press. And people are talking about him because he did it. And they'll go listen to his other records and if it works, if that angle works for it, great.
Yeah. I've had the privilege of meeting Braxton and writing with Braxton. And here's the deal. I think introducing traditional classic country music to the new generation is a great idea.
Absolutely.
And so I'll stand behind that.
Okay.
And I think he did a pretty good version of it. And so,
great.
And by the way, you got to have some pretty pretty big cojones to cut a George Strait #1. So
you do, and and like I said, good on him. He's going to have that conversation started around just the fact that he took the chance.
Yeah.
We were having another conversation about that at dinner. It's like, when do you put in all your chips? Mm-hmm. You know what? Put them all in all the time. Put them all in all the time. And he did that for sure. And I mean, I'm doing that as an artist this year. I mean, I came out, as I was finding my way early on, in a cowboy hat and that kind of stuff. And I have owned a horse in my life. Does that make me a cowboy? I don't know. But to that end, that's why I kind of lost it and found my own lane. Mm-hmm. So, he's doing the same thing. Everybody's doing the same thing. They're trying to find their lane and their way to do it.
So from the news desk, we have a report in from Brian White, and he says, "That's my brother. I'd take a bullet for that dude."
Oh, my man.
So there you go.
Love
All
you,
right.
B-Dub.
So talking about Scotty Alexander. All hat and no cattle.
I have never owned cattle. That's a true story.
Let's hear one of those new songs that you're talking about. Would you
new
play
one?
us something
Yeah.
new?
Oh, this is going to be so strange. Yeah, sure.
Because here's the deal. I know this is going to take us a little bit of a departure, right, musically.
Sure.
But then I want to talk about some of your musical past.
Okay, outstanding. This is the tune that's coming out the end of February. And as a musician and a songwriter and a poet, we look for other poets that speak for us, which leads me to the Eagles, and leads me to Bob Dylan, and leads me to John Mayer, and leads me to these influences that are outside the cowboy hat, so should we say, right? And I love it, and I think people like Zane Williams and the Blue, you can't deny that they were obviously influenced by a lot of those records too, in certain ways, but you make it your own. And so I wrote this song. I wished I'd have brought it with me. I got a Martin guitar that I just love, and when I got it, I wrote this song. It was the first song that I wrote on that guitar. Being the next single, it's called Scared. I didn't want to see you tonight, 'cause I'm a little bit scared. 'Cause every time that I touch your hand, feels like it's going somewhere. Maybe you don't have to sit so close, look at me that way. 'Cause I've been here and I've got burned, so I know what it's about. Oh, it feels like love. I'm just scared to let it out. Maybe we should just slow down and baby take our time. 'Cause I see nothing but a head-on collision between your body and mine. Maybe we should just let go. I've been here and I've got burned, so I know what it's about. Oh, it feels like love. I'm just scared to let it out. Thank you.
Come on. Okay, so
We used to call that adult contemporary when I was a child.
here's the deal. Like that's got a little bit of the, Vegas lounge thing going on, which is not surprising, because at a ripe young age, you became the band leader for what I understand is possibly the longest running Vegas act, and that is Mr. Wayne Newton.
Jeez.
This guy was the band leader for Wayne Newton in Las Vegas. Tell us, okay, first off, how does that happen? And how many panties and bras did you see thrown up on stage during your time in Las Vegas? We inquiring minds want to know.
Well, I'll tell you, Kyle. So I was, I think I was 26 years old, and I'd already had a pretty good run in Vegas. I'd been a part of a show called Country Tonight, which was a spinoff all across the country. There was one in Pigeon Forge, there was one in Branson, and there was one in Vegas. I was part of that show. That production went on for years to run after that. Carly Pearce was a member of the Country Tonight family, and how we got our start in these cover production shows in these big touristy towns. It was a fantastic show. So I'd kind of made my little mark in Vegas as the hillbilly down in the desert, and that played the fiddle and did this kind of stuff. And I had, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the full story. I don't think I've actually ever told the full story. So at the time, my wife and I, we had our first child. I had my son, my stepson, and so Daddy had to work, right? If it was bending strings or singing songs or singing jingles, whatever it was, I was off to work. I was doing my thing, right? And she was too. And so I'd made friends with this gentleman. He's since passed. His name is Steve Diamond. Steve Diamond was a great producer of jingles. And we would sit, and he was a great guitar player. Boy, we'd sit and play guitar, and I'd sing the jingle for Ted Ween's Tire and Auto Center or whatever it was, And one day the phone rang, and this gentleman, who's still one of my great mentors and dear friends, his name is Greg Macaluso, and he said, Steve Diamond was Wayne Newton's favorite guitar player. He was in the movie Vegas Vacation with Mr. Newton. And he said, and we need a guitar player. So we called Steve Diamond, and he said, you've got one phone call to make, and that was me. And I said, well, sir, I would love to come audition for the show, this kind of thing. And he said, oh, no, it's not an audition. If Steve says you've got the job, you're our guy. Mm. And he goes, if you want the job, be at Mr. Newton's plane in 2 weeks, and we're playing Foxwoods in Connecticut. I mean, just little dark trail just ran down my leg, you know what I mean? I was just, holy cow. And so we did. I said, honey, get dressed. We're going to the Wayne Newton show. And we went backstage, and I met this big bodyguard by the name of Michael Forch. And he led me back to Mr. Newton's room, shook his hand. I got the cassette tapes. I went home. I learned the show. And 2 weeks later, I was on stage with him at Foxwoods in Connecticut. And Wayne was used to jazz guitar players, right? So, jazz guitar. Jazz guitar players. Wayne was a hillbilly. He was a redneck. He was from Virginia. He loved country music. He loved Elvis, right? So the first tune he called on stage in sound check to see if I was even worth packing a guitar onto his stage was Train I Ride. Now, I did not know that song. So this is what brings me back to our segment of the show, Bring It Home, that you had just a little bit ago. Here was my moment at 26 years old, and never heard this song a day in the life. Didn't have time to pull up the chart and look at it. Not that I read music worth the crap anyway. And so all of a sudden, the band just takes off. Now, keep in mind, it was like a 20-piece orchestra, horn sections, and they're just cooking behind me, right? And he turns around and throws me the solo. Well, from a country background, that song is Working Man Blues, Merle Haggard. I took the solo, and it was game over. Like, that was it. He gave me a high five. He was like, you're my boy. And after that, we ran for almost 8 years to 14 different countries and multiple USO tours. So anyway, what a blessing.
That is crazy. Yeah. What a crazy story. Okay, so then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on the spot again. Okay. All right.
This chair's hot as hell over here.
Yeah, because like, I mean, even in you just playing Scared, right? I'm reminded what an amazing singer you are and what an amazing songwriter you are. So the fact that your musicianship still like potentially hovers as like the number one thing I would remember you by, then I want you to take an opportunity right now to just like melt our faces off with something right there. I just want to see. Okay, maybe I said that wrong. Impress us with your guitar prowess. How's that?
Oh, hell, I'm going to have to stand up on that. So any artist, any poet, anybody will tell you that they were inspired, right, by a certain group of people. I have a pretty short list of that. It was Vince Gill, Steve Wariner, Ricky Skaggs, Glenn Campbell. Those four. That was it. And that was in the day where you had to be, like if you showed up in Nash, you had to be on that tier, right? And those guys. So that brings me to this tune. Slicker, long shining up through my shoes. Underneath, I'm just a cotton picker, Lord picking out a mess of blues. Show me where I start, find the horse and car. I'm just a country boy, yeah. Oh. Pushing facts in my file. Underneath, I'm just a little old hog caller, chewing cut on the style. Show me where I start, find the horse and cart. I'm just a country boy, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Skaggs, for such an amazing song that nobody else will touch the way you did. Thank you.
And now.
Oh, good. You're going to play fiddle. Oh, good.
And now, Show us something on this.
Shucks.
Are y'all having a good time out there so far?
Hey, by the way, this is an absolute blast. If we could turn this into a I don't know, 5-night-a-week show, y'all would, I hope, would show up.
I'm counting on you, Mr. Newton Jr., to figure something out. I want a residency at the Sphere with this right here.
Can you imagine Kyle on the Sphere? That'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic, man.
That place would go broke.
We'd have a good time for one night, though, wouldn't we, brother?
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
So Fiddle came into my life. My grandfather, Charles Orville Alexander, not my great-grandfather, but my grandfather was born in 1898. He had my dad late. My dad had me late. So that's how you get me in 2026 with a grandpa that was born in the late 1800s. So he had saved his money from working on a hay wagon. And in 1912, he talked my great-grandparents into letting him spend his money on a fiddle. And that particular fiddle that he bought in 1912 is actually right behind that curtain over there. It rides with me everywhere I go across the planet. It does not leave my side. And when he passed away, I got the fiddle and I learned how to play it. And that was the beginning of this entire journey, was because of the fiddle and because of my grandfather in 1912 making a decision. Since there was no Xbox to buy, he bought a fiddle. And that changed the whole thing. That changed the whole perspective. This fiddle I bought from the great Bryan Duckworth, who traveled and toured with Robert Earl for many years. And so I like to have those two stories for people that enjoy the fiddle and what it stands for. And then, of course, growing up a child of my generation, you had to know the Charlie Daniels Band. Scream if you know the Charlie Daniels Band. Got to watch him. Never got a chance to meet him, but I got a chance to watch him so many times. And it was mesmerizing as a young fiddle player, as a boy, to see what the fiddle would do to an audience, right? It was something different. And now, shoot, we're like unicorns now. I mean, there's just not too many of us left. But when I very first got that fiddle case, and I was old enough to remember it, and I opened it up, in my grandfather's handwriting, there was a song that he had written out on the top of it. And I wish I still had that paper. The paper's long gone. But it was this song. Well, look at yonder coming. Coming down that railroad track. Well, look at yonder coming. Coming down that railroad track. It's that orange blossom special. Bringing my baby back.
Oh, hell yeah. Holy shit.
I have a receding hairline.
Are y'all having a good time tonight? Okay, Scotty, before I forget, I need you to do a liner for the intro to the radio program. So if you'll say, this is Scotty Alexander and this is Real Life Real Music, then I need y'all to go absolutely nuts, okay, for about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to cut you off. No, I'm just kidding.
This is Scotty Alexander.
No, a little more umph than that.
This is Real Life Real Music.
This is not NPR. I need you to...
Thank you. Oh, if you didn't have the tagline, I was going for it. I didn't know how people feel about that politically. Bring up NPR. This is Scotty Alexander, and this is Real Life Real Music. I'd say go home.
Where's my producer? Can we get away with that? Do we need a clean one? Perfect. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Normally I try stuff and it doesn't work. I'm glad that.
Hey, yeah, no, that's great. That's great. Oftentimes they yell at me because, you know, we've got the intro music, right? And the artist will try to strum the guitar and it's the wrong key or whatever. So the fiddle's gonna work. I think we're good. So. All right, man, let me just, while we're kind of in that mode, I want to say thank you again to our partners at CC Creations. You know, doing these shows, and again, Real Life Real Music, we've been taping, we're in our 19th year at Do-Si-Do in the Woodlands. We just got an award for 10 years at Steamboat Music Fest doing tapings there. And we're in our third year here at the Stella Hotel. We could not do that without the people that have bought tickets, whether that's you or the person whose seat you're sitting in. We couldn't do it without those people. And the only way we make this happen is through the corporate support in the community. And CC Creations has stepped up in a big way this year. And Kenny, Lena, y'all, I know y'all are working hard. And man, you know, selling T-shirts to the college folks at the football games. So, you know, that's how it works. And CC Creations right here in Bryan, Texas has one of the most state-of-the-art facilities in the world for manufacturing the T-shirts that we love to wear, printing those, embroidering hats, all the things that we sell out on the road as merch that helps us keep gas in the tank and go into the next town. And so CC Creations, we appreciate you. And that's another commercial brought to you by Kyle Hutton right here on behalf of BC Headache Powder at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for more music coming. No, anyway, sorry. And that was so good, man. I couldn't help myself. You needed background music.
I like it. You know, my wife and I, we were just in Nashville, Tennessee, and on Saturday, I went for the first time ever to the Country Music Hall of Fame. And it was cool. You know, those of you that were at our festival, our friends Caitlin Butts, who played the festival, was in the Country Music Hall of Fame in an up-and-coming, you know, newcomer exhibit. And, man, it's just fun. It's fun to see the footprints of my creative friends and heroes. You just mentioned, gosh, man, Vince Gill, but let's go back a little further.
Yeah.
My two biggest, Glenn Campbell and Steve Warner.
Yeah.
So you and I you share that. Do you know So Some Fools Never Learn?
I apologize, and Mr. Warner, my friend, I apologize. I don't know. I haven't played it.
All right.
I don't know. Can you play it?
Well, let's not embarrass ourselves. But Steve Warner or Glenn Campbell, do you cover anything?
We got a Glenn Campbell for sure.
Do you want to cover? I mean, just for fun.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because, why not?
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. that makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried upon some line that keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that bind me, or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiven, 'cause I walk along some railroad track and find that you're waiting on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. So gentle on my mind. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I want to ask you about another song that you wrote that you put out in 2020 called Cowboy's Daughter.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about it? Can you play that one for us?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So I mentioned my wife, Lisa, a little bit ago, and I decided that I had found a woman that was going to be with me the rest of my life at 20 years old. And so as a gangly little 140-pound 20-year-old, I made my way out to her father's horse corral. He was a horse trader and a car painter. And I asked Mr. Garcia for his daughter's hand in marriage, which you should do, right? As a young man, you go and you ask for the blessing.
Well, since she was 14, what did he say? I'm just kidding.
Miss, that sounds like a Jerry Lee Lewis story, not one of mine.
I was thinking Jimmy Page, but you know.
Boy, pick one. But yeah, no, Lisa's a little bit older than I am, and of course he said yes. We shook hands on the deal, and then Lisa and I, with our 3 kids, 2 of them being daughters, I realized that was going to come back to me. I realized that I was going to be the father, maybe not standing at a horse corral the way Bob was that night, but I realized that story was going to come back to me because now I'm the father of 2 daughters and a couple of boys, which I'm happy to say they both have, came and shook my hand and showed me the ring, and both of our daughters are engaged now. Yay! And I knew that was coming, so I wrote this song for that perspective, and this is called A Cowboy's Daughter. Saw a girl look like she did, from her cowboy boots to the top of her brim was perfect. She had a smile like I've never seen before. It was so sincere and felt so warm, it wrecked me. There was an old cowboy behind the bar. I told him I gotta ask her on the floor to dance. Sure looks like she's out of my league. Hey, buddy, do you think I've got a chance? He said, I'll let you in on a little secret, because I know her better than most. She's like a wild Mustang that can't be tamed, and many have tried, but no one's come close. 'Cause she's sharper than a knife from what life's taught her. Son, she's more than just a girl in a bar. She's a cowboy's daughter. Then it hit me who I was talking to, and in my embarrassment all I could do was blush. I said, I'm sorry, sir, meant no disrespect. Never had a girl take my breath like she does. She said, don't worry, son, you spoke your heart. I don't think that you said anything wrong. 'Cause I was once like you, a young man in a bar. That's where I met her mom. He said, I'll let you in on a little secret, because I know we're better than most. She's like a wild Mustang that can't be tamed, and many have tried, but no one's come close. She's sharper than a knife from what life's taught her. Son, she's more than just a girl in a bar. She's a cowboy's daughter. She's a cowboy's daughter. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to ask you about another single that you put out after that one in 2022 called Everything. Woo! Have you played that one in a while?
I have not played that one in a very long time.
Yeah, well, tonight's a good night. Or pick us another one. You pick one. I'm not going to make you play that one, but you pick another one that you've written, because that's again, one of the things is, you collaborate to write songs, you cut songs. And I think it's cool when somebody takes the time to listen to a pile of songs from outside and choose songs to cut. But then you also write stuff 100% by yourself.
I do. I love to hear the stuff that other writers would pitch to me. I think that's a fascinating part of maybe even finding about yourself. They think that's your aura, or that's your plane, your lane, and then I've written some great songs with some great writers. And as I move into that, then I kind of find myself going into a little bit of alone time, I guess. This world is so bizarre. It's not the type of thing that you go home from work and you leave it there. It's bizarrely intrusive in a certain way, because you're just a person and you love talking to people and you want to be there. And then yet when that goes away, and this hype and this high of you being that, then you're home and you're alone. And then it's the cat. You know what I mean? And so in that dichotomy, and the amount of time that we spend on the road, I wrote one recently. I don't know that it's going to be a single, but if it's okay, I'd love to play it for you tonight.
I'd love to hear it.
It's a song about... Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna try it. Every morning that I wake up, there's a bird that sits by my window pane. I raise my coffee and I say hello to him, but I didn't catch his name. Sometimes at night I yell inside my room just to hear my voice echo off the walls. And the sound I hear back feels like a conversation so I don't mind at all. And I hear the neighbors think I'm crazy, 'cause they say I'm the only one that's here. But I've got these voices that surround me. Yeah, I'm alone. Yes, I'm alone. But I ain't lonely. I see a shadow in the mirror, so I stop to hear what it has to say. Baby, I know I'm talking to a ghost, but I talk anyway. And I hear the neighbors think I'm crazy, 'cause they say I'm the only one that's here. But I've got these voices that surround me. Yeah, I'm alone. Yes, I'm alone. But I ain't lonely. No, I ain't lonely. And I hear the neighbors think I'm crazy, 'cause they say I'm the only one that's here. But I hear your voice and your memory surrounds me, saying I'm alone. Yes, I'm alone. But I ain't lonely.
Damn, son.
Yeah, buddy.
Have y'all had a good time tonight?
Well, I hate to leave you on that damn depressing
Well,
thing.
here's the deal. We got time. We've got time for two more. But before we make you have to choose what those two are going to be, I want to say thank you again. Really, at the start of a third year, the first year we did Real Life, Real Music back in 1997. We didn't even put a year. I'm sorry, 2007. We didn't even put a year on the poster. Like, I go back and look at it and I see the dates, February, whatever, right? But there's no year on it, because I was not thinking in the concept of years, right? And the fact that I get to sit here and be inspired by someone that has put in way above the 10,000 hours required in his profession, and be moved the way I've been moved tonight. Because let's be honest, if I wasn't here, I'd be at home flipping through, starting at Netflix and going, well, shit, there's nothing here. And then going on to Prime and going, God, nothing new here. And then going to Apple and going, when's Shrinking going to come out? And then going to, you know what I'm saying? Like that, that's, part of life. Okay. But tonight I got to sit right here. And there's no way that happens without the folks that helped me put this on and brought this, gave me the opportunity to sit right here. And that is, Spencer Clements and the team at the Stella Hotel.
Beautiful place, man.
His other compadres, David and Justin and the team over at Lake Walk, and all the amazing work that they're doing here to build community for people. And then my friends at Destination Bryan, the city of Bryan, and so man, I'm overwhelmed. We get another year. Here we are. We're in January. This is the first show of the year, and this has been a badass show. So
it's such an honor to be here with you, my friend. The first time that we did this over at Dosey, and then to be asked back, is truly one of my highlights, and I mean that wholeheartedly. It's one of the biggest hearted moments that I get to have throughout my year, throughout my time, and I thank you. And thank you guys for sharing your time with us. What a beautiful night.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do two more, and I'm not going to lead you down any roads. I want you to pick two that you want us to hear. Play one, and we'll talk for a minute, and then we'll close out for the night. And thank y'all for being patient. We started a little late. It's because I don't always get to catch up with my buddies, and we were upstairs talking, and I got a text that said you were supposed to be on 5 minutes ago. And I'm like, whoops.
Is one of the things that I've grown to love, especially about being a Texas artist and calling my home in Kyle, just south of Austin, is the friends that I have made, the road dogs, the road dog friends that I have made on this journey in the last few years. What a special group. We all want each other to win. It's one of the rarest things I've seen in such a competitive market and such a competitive industry. And that's Hayden Baker and David Lewis and Clay Hollis and Bree Bagwell, and the list goes on and on, these touring acts that are dear friends of mine. Well, in day one up in Steamboat, and you had the vest on just a little bit, it said Steamboat on it, right?
I did.
It did. So when I was a newbie to this market, I went up to Steamboat, and I'll never forget Bree Bagwell sitting in the back of my show. Y'all know Bree Bagwell? Phenomenal band, phenomenal person, and of course her longtime boyfriend Paul Eason from the Wilder Blue, dear friends, and we love all them. Well, I had this idea for a song, for something that I wanted to duet with Bree, and Bree gets hit up for duets all the time because she's so good, and everybody wants to have a little piece of how good Bree is on a record and what she brings to the table. And so I made her the same pitch like everybody else does. Like, hey, Bree, I wrote us a duet, and I really hope you like it. And and so I sent this demo tape to her. And I said, now listen, don't make fun of me, but I sang your part in your octave, and Paul made great fun of me for doing that, and that's okay. And this is a song that we just finished. She came over to the house and cut it in my studio. It's going to mix. It's going to be a single here by March, and it's kind of a throwback to some good old classic country. This song is called San Antonio and You. You'll know the part that I'm going to sing on the record, and then I'm going to sing the Bree part. I'm sorry. When I first came to San Antonio, I only gonna stay until the spring. But I found work down by the river, before you know it, I didn't want to leave. And I wasn't gonna go to the bar that night and have a drink or two. But when I walked in and looked around the room, all I could see was you. And a hello turned into a dance, and a dance turned into all these years. And ain't it funny how two people who weren't looking for love found it here? But I promise I was only passing through, till I fell for San Antonio and you. first came to San Antonio, I'd just taken off my wedding ring. I was staying with my sister and trying to get my life back to simpler things. And I wasn't gonna go to the bar that night and have a drink or two. But when you walked in and looked around the room, all I could see was you. And a hello turned into a dance, and a dance turned into all these years. Ain't it funny how two people who weren't looking for love found it here? Though I promise I was only passing through, till I fell for San Antonio and you. Though I promise I was only passing through, till I fell for San Antonio and you.
Yeah.
I should have done that thing. Y'all seen that thing, that meme, like right, where the guy stands like this and he's got a tuxedo on, and he's doing it, and he turns this way and he's got an evening gown on. That's how I'm gonna get away with that song on stage from now on.
You talk about viral moments, you know. Be careful what you wish for. Man, I hope you guys have had a good time tonight. I've had a good time tonight. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do without. I'm gonna not go into too much detail, but I'm gonna ask a favor of you guys. Scotty's gonna pick up the last song that he's gonna do tonight. And, I told you, like, one of the things that I love about Scotty, obviously he writes a song, obviously he can sing. You've seen a little bit about his musicianship and his showmanship. And he's been doing this since he was a young buck, and he's not that young anymore, but he ages really well. He looks really good. He's a good dude. Here's the thing. Scotty's going to be outside at this table right here with some hats, and he's got a couple of autographed fiddles and that kind of stuff. I'm gonna ask you guys. We're kind of a little bit of a family here, and Scotty came into sound check today and told me that he's got a little bit of a family emergency going on. He's going to be on a plane this morning. Really early out of Austin to go to Vegas to be with his wife, and he can share as much or as little as he wants to share about that at the merch table with you. But here's what I'm going to ask you. Getting up and down the road as a musician is one thing, and being able to get where you need to be for your family is another thing. If you can afford a hat or anything else that's out there, what I'm asking is that we as a group let's leave him empty-handed when he leaves tonight, because that's going to help him get where he needs to be tomorrow morning and take care of what he needs to take care of with his family. So, Scotty, thank you for being here tonight. We love you, brother. And would y'all come see him if I book him for the second annual Bryan, Texas Songwriters Festival? Okay. All right. So, I'm serious. Buy his stuff out there so I don't have to buy it all. So, thank y'all for being here tonight. Scotty, you have to pick a song to end us with tonight.
One of the most special music nights I've had in an extremely long time. You have created an exceptional environment for an artist to thrive. You want the best for your fellow Texas artists. And my friend, Mr. Kyle Hutton, right there, please.
Thank you.
I said this to my drummer, Zach, the other night, and we were kind of rewriting the show for this year and adding things, and I said, damn, man, I don't know if I'm ever going to get away from this song. And he looked me dead in the eye and he goes, that's all right. It's all right. It's a good song. And it's what people know with that instrument that you play. And I said, yeah, you're right. I'm grateful for this song. I am. I've played it so many thousands of times, it doesn't matter. Because what it has brought to me as a fiddle player, what I know it brings to an audience, and what it brings to a close for our time tonight. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all. Georgia, and he was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind because he was way behind, and he was willing to make a deal. When he came across this, a young man sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot. The devil jumped up on a hickory stump and said, boy, let me tell you what. Guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take a dare, well, I'll make a bet with you. You play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, cause I think I'm better than you. The boy said, my name is Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet you're gonna regret, cause I'm the best that's ever been. Johnny, rising up in your bow and play your fiddle hard, cause hell's broke loose in Georgia again, the devil deals the cards. And if you win, you get the shiny fiddle made of gold. And if you lose, the devil gets your soul. Wow, wow. Opened up his case and he said, I'll start the show. And fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he pulled that bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. Bandit demons joined in and it sounded just like this. Johnny said, well, you're pretty good, old son, but sit down in that chair right there. Let me show you how it's done. He played fire in the mountain, run, boys, run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in a bread pan, picking out dough. Granny, will you don't bite no child, no. Feet. And Johnny said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try it again. I done told you once, you son of a, I'm the best it's ever been. He played fire in the mountain, run, boys, run. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in a bread pan, picking out dough. Granny, will you dog bite no child, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scotty Alexander.